The border woods around Achel whisper before they speak. Pine and birch lean into a hush that feels intentional, as if the land were upholding the rule. In that stillness, the Abbey of St. Benedict at Achel found its rhythm long before beer lovers arrived. The monks tended fields, sang their hours, and like many Trappist houses, brewed for self-sufficiency. The early kettles rose and fell with the whims of fortune. Wars stripped copper, scarcity silenced the mash, and for a time the old brewery stood like a touchable memory. Then, near the turn of the millennium, steam began to rise above the roofline again, and a familiar Benedictine blend of patience and craft returned. It felt less like a launch than a revival, honoring what was lost while embracing what could still be found in a pint. Ask pilgrims who traversed the footpaths connecting Belgium to the Netherlands, and they will recount the first time they set a glass of Achel Dubbel on a wooden table and watched the light illuminate it. The beer was unassuming, holding itself like a thoughtful listener. The lace clung to the chalice in a measured ascent, and the aroma rose in layers, eschewing grandiosity. Even if you knew nothing of the monastery's story, you sensed a house that valued the long game over quick wins. You learned to pause, to savor the first sip's subtlety. Only gradually did the details unveil themselves, like decoding a neat marginal note. Achel Dubbel was distinctly Belgian but unique. The grain bill, heavily reliant on pale and darker specialty malts, evoked bread crust and biscuit, leading to deeper notes of date and raisin. Belgian candy sugars rounded flavors without becoming cloying. A house yeast, akin to those that other Trappist breweries, infused clove and a hint of black pepper through the fruit. Alcohol rested at 8%, incorporated into the body rather than flaunted. Bitterness lingered at IBU 24, a subtle counterpoint rather than the headline, enough to invite another taste. The carbonation was dignified, small bubbles lending texture to each sip. Served at cool cellar temperatures, it opened like a well-lit book. The brewhouse had a contemporary flair, with stainless steel where older generations might recall wooden tuns, and the beer underwent bottle conditioning, true to Trappist tradition. Staff prioritized time over ornamentation. Fermentation could be warm, allowing yeast to etch flavors in longhand. The recipe did not chase trends. It sought balance. Achel Dubbel was a dialogue between malt sweetness and yeast expression, with pleasure found in recognizing this harmony. Yet the narrative shifted. Brouweria der Sant Benedictus, Achel's brewery within the monastery, produced this beer with quiet focus until the silence deepened. In recent years, the Trappist designation faded when monks ceased to oversee brewing and the kettles halted. The Dubbel went out of production. While one can still walk the woods and find the Abbey shop, the brew day clamor has vanished. Achel Dubbel has transformed from something to order into a cherished memory or a treasure sought in forgotten cellars. For those navigating the Trappist map, that absence reshapes perceptions. Westfall, a few hours away in a land measured by ancient bells, still pours its benchmark Dubbel with firmer bitterness and a plum-toned depth. Chimay offers its red label, fruitier with a rounder sweetness influenced by cherry and spice. Roquefort's 6, when available, drifts softer and earthier with a velvety mid-palate. Westvletteren's 8 elevates the genre with dense raisin and an insistence on attention. Orval, always the outlier, is pale, assertively hopped, with a wild edge finishing bone-dry and herbal. Across the border, La Trapp's Dubbel presents caramel notes layered with gentle yeast. Zundert infuses heather and spice. In England, Tinted Meadow speaks of dark chocolate, while in Rome, Trefontane offers a triple infused with eucalyptus from trees cultivated by the monks. Each of these beers silently conveys something about its makers. Westmalle emphasizes structure beneath malt and yeast, while Chimay embodies hospitality with its generous fruit. Orval embraces transformation, letting time and yeast evolve its story. Achel Dubbel, in contrast, always felt like the quiet brother at the table, careful, calm, observing before it spoke, illustrating that restraint is a form of eloquence. Its moderation is what makes its absence palpable. In technical terms, Achel Dubbel required no special pleading. 8% made it suitably strong for winter nights, but modest among Trappists. The 24 IBU kept it grounded. The yeast captured spice and fruit without overwhelming, while dark sugars imparted color and subtle flavor without cloying. Pair it with washed rind cheese and watch the conversation shift. Next to pot roast or stew, it shadows the savory with cocoa-like depth. Yet what persists is not merely a specification list. It's the essence of the monastery's purpose flowing through the beer. Trappist brewing supports a community devoted to prayer, work, and charity, and the best of these beers encapsulate patient labor, reflecting steady hands. Achel Dubbel embodied this beautifully. Its disappearance served as a reminder that all living traditions are fragile, relying on the commitment of those who care. Stand now at the Abbey's edge, feel the breeze across the fields, and you can still envision the aroma of mash mingling with resin and loam. You can picture a kettle sighing, yeast starter awakening, a monk checking a dial measuring not only time but intention. The beer may be gone, but its lessons remain. It taught you to appreciate warmth without heat, sweetness without excess, and complexity without noise. 8% can feel deliberate, and 24 units of bitterness can carry a conversation if you allow it. Achel Dubbel leaves behind a nudge. The Trappist world endures, alive within cloisters and brewhouses where silence and steam coexist. Seek it out. Pour carefully. Listen for balance. And when a beer whispers softly, lean in. That is where good stories begin.
Até a próxima cerveja.